I'm gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. I'm gonna keep on moving proudly.
Keep on moving proudly. Keep on moving proudly. Never turning back. Never turning back.
I'm gonna keep on singing loudly.
Keep on singing loudly. Keep on singing loudly, never turning back, never turning back.
I'm gonna keep on loving boldly.
Keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Never turning back, never turning back.
I'm gonna keep on holding freedom.
Keep on holding freedom. Keep on holding freedom. Never turning back. Never turning back.
I'm gonna keep on moving forward.
Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward.
Gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna keep on moving proudly.
Keep on moving proudly. Keep on moving proudly. Never turning back. Never turning back.
I'm gonna keep on singing loudly.
Keep on singing loudly. Keep on singing loudly, never turning back, never turning back.
I'm gonna keep on loving boldly.
Keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Never turning back, never turning back.
I'm gonna keep on holding freedom.
Keep on holding freedom. Keep on holding freedom. Never turning back. Never turning back.
I'm gonna keep on moving forward.
Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. Never turning back. Never turning back.
Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing today? Good. Welcome to the Cedar Lane Sunday service. We're going to start the service now. Let's take a few minutes to turn and greet your neighbors, please. Turn and greet your neighbors.
Good morning. I am Babs. My pronouns are they, them. I am a non-binary, fair-skinned person with short curly light brown hair with the side shaved. I am wearing glasses with a purple rim and a brown long sleeve t-shirt from Brook Lodge, Alaska, and blue jeans. Welcome to Cedar Lane Unitarian Universalist Congregation. Whoever you are, whoever you love, whatever your beliefs, sexual orientation, gender identity, documentation status, and disability, and wherever you are joining us from in person or at home, you are welcome to bring your whole self here. A special welcome to those of you who are new to Cedar Lane this morning. If you're joining us for the first time today, or still feel new, please raise your hand in person or add your name in the chat so that we can give you a warm Cedar Lane welcome. Welcome. I'm so glad you all could be here with us today. Our weekly e-newsletter is a great way to stay updated about all the happenings at Cedar Lane. You can sign up through the link on our website's homepage, www.cedarlane.org. Our pastoral visitors are an extension of the ministry team. Angela Raw is our pastoral visitor today. She is available to support you in person. Cedar Lane UU congregation is situated on the ancestral lands of the Nacotchtank people, part of the Piscataway group of tribes, and on the land on which enslaved African people and their descendants labored and lived without choice or reward. We honor with gratitude the land and the people who have protected it through the generations. We gather in gratitude for all who have come before, whose love and labor helped create and sustain the ministry of this religious community. In this spirit we gather, in this spirit we worship. Please, let us worship.
Good morning. I am Barb Warman. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a petite white woman with glasses and white hair. Today I'm wearing a purple shirt and black sweater with a black skirt. It is my pleasure to share these words from Marta I. Valentin. We come together today to honor the universal community of seekers to which we belong. We are here to share from our deepest place of safety that we might nurture ourselves by celebrating one another. We call into our presence this hour our ancestors whose love, labor, and commitment made it possible for us to be here now. Let us open to this moment with hearts that have no borders.
Good morning. I'm Jessica Sawyer, and my pronouns are she, her. Excuse me. I am a 75-year-old grandma with white hair. I have on a flowered skirt and a light green top. I would like to now invite William Perry, who created, who created our role here as Keeper of the Flame, to come forward and share his journey to this role. Each Sunday, William identifies and orients our Chalice lighters, an invaluable part of the worship associate role.
Good morning. My name is William Perry. I'm a cisgender, 70-year-old male with gray hair and a gray beard. I have a maroon short-sleeve shirt on today. As many of you know, each week I have the honor of finding a chalice lighter. And I'd like to share with you how this came to be, that I do this. For 17 years, I taught third grade celebrations and holy day class. And in this role, this experience as the teacher, I witnessed how important it was each week for the third grader to come up to light the chalice. You know, the third graders would all, wait anxiously for their turn to go up and light the chalice. It was, I also witnessed how lighting the chalice provided a spiritual element, to the gathering. And so when I retired from teaching, I thought about what I could do to sustain me, coming to services. And I thought about singing and playing the piano, but I don't do that very well. I thought about becoming a worship associate, but after teaching for 17 years, I thought I wanted a break, With a friend, we explored the idea, maybe I could help people light the chalice. This was something that I experienced from teaching was very valuable, but it wasn't here at the church. So I thought I'd give it a try, and that was in 2017. And over the last 7 years, I've been sort of fine-tuning, that role. I first started asking people a week beforehand whether they'd like the chalice, and people were always sort of ambivalent about whether they wanted to commit that far in advance. So what it's come to be is connecting with people, on Friday and Saturday, and I really love it. I love connecting with a different worship associate every week, getting to know the worship associates, connecting with the ministers, and then connecting with congregants to light the chalice and watching that. And so every week I come and do that, and it has sustained me. Thank you for supporting me in this role.
Now, don't go away. As William kindles the chalice, please share where you are lighting your chalice from, and the rest of you, please rise in body and or in spirit to share our chalice lighting words. We light our chalice as a reminder of the beloved community we aspire to become. We gather as friends and neighbors of diverse backgrounds, coming together to share kindness, respect, and caring, working toward equity and justice in the local community and around our world. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. We are here to make the announcements. Again, my name is Raj Rajendran. My pronouns are he and him. I'm an Indian male, 50 years, wearing a yellow shirt and blue pants, and a balding head.
I'm Kimberly Clarkson. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a white woman in my mid-40s with chin-length curly brown hair. I'm wearing a blue and white striped maxi skirt and a dark gray t-shirt that says, "My faith is love, #UU values, protect trans kids," with a trans pride flag overlaid with a chalice. There are a number of things to lift up this morning.
For beginning and belonging, a 2-session introduction to UUism on Sunday, August 20 and 27 between 2 to 3:30 p.m. The registration link is in the e-news and in the chat.
Soul Circles, our small group ministry program, is open for registration through this coming Saturday, August 26th. There are many groups available, including a Zoom group a Zoom group during the day on Thursdays. A registration link can be found in the e-news and in the chat.
Join the family pickup choir on August 27th at 9:30 to rehearse and sing in the service.
It is the time of year when we recruit volunteers for our flagship Sunday school program. We have 8 classes this year from nursery to high school. Wow, that's a lot. And last year we had over 100 children and youth participating. Yeah, Rev Dana. We currently have just over half of the 32 volunteers needed to keep our young ones engaged and learning. The commitment is only 3 to 5 hours per month, mostly on Sunday mornings. So please contact Reverend Dana to let her know that you would like to volunteer on the 1st and 3rd Sundays or the 2nd and 4th Sundays each month. I'm going to go off script for just a moment to boost this request. As a product of Cedar Lane's amazing Sunday school program, someone who has volunteered in the program in my teens, in my 20s, in my 30s, and in my 40s, and the parent of 2 children who have participated in the program, and the child of people who have participated as volunteers in the program. We really do amazing work here at Cedar Lane. My children and I have built lasting intergenerational relationships through Sunday school experiences. There are many people here who, when I was youth in the program, were helpful mentors and adults, and as I have grown up, they're now peers, and that's a really fulfilling experience for me to have had, and it really reinforced my own personal values. So I hope you will consider working with the amazing children and youth at Cedar Lane. They are our congregation and faith's future, and your care, commitment, and mentorship is impactful beyond measure. We will now move into a space of naming and sharing the joys and sorrows of the community and beyond.
Let us center ourselves and enter into this moment of silence, calling upon all the sources of love that are within, among, and around us. We lift up those in our community who are living through significant passages, the small and extraordinary milestones of life. We pause to present in our spiritual companions and to the concerns of our own heart within our community. We remember Margaret Levchenko, a devoted member of Cedar Lane for 6 decades. She passed away peacefully at the age of 97 on August 14th at Asbury Methodist Village. As a professional librarian for Montgomery County, she adeptly organized the Cedar Lane Library. She also assisted with jewelry sales and was an active member of the Alliance. Her husband, Cedar Laner Andrew Levchenko Jr., died in 2022. She is survived by her 3 sons, Phil Andrews, Stuart Levchenko, and Keith Levchenko, their wives, and 6 grandchildren. A celebration of life service will be held on Saturday, September 23rd at 3 p.m. at Cedar Lane. We celebrate with Ben Stone. Congratulations to Cedar Lane friend Ben Stone on the successful completion of his summer internship at the National Cancer Institute. Right? Fantastic, Ben. Cancer Institute at NHI. Ben's project focused on the interactions of inhibitor molecules and with protein found in chemo-resistant cancers, laying the foundation for development and new inhibitors that can overcome chemotherapy resistance in cancers. That's amazing. Ben made 2 presentations on his project at NIH that were well received. Our caring extends beyond Cedar Lane to others whose lives are lost and whose lives are impacted by war, violence, and calamities in our nation and in the world. May these friends of ours, our companions in the world, and all the joys and sorrows we hold in our hearts be held in the embrace and meditation and silence.
Source of love and life within, among, around, and beyond us, we pause in awe and wonder to bow to the mystery. As we journey through this precious life, may we be kind, compassionate, grateful, and just. May we be nurtured in mind, body, and spirit. May we forgive ourselves and others for any harm done, whether intentional or not. May we know the true nature of our desires, thoughts, and emotions, and may we find wisdom to guide us. May the power of love and awareness transform our thoughts and actions into a compassionate presence that honors all life. As we enter the silence together, you are invited to rise in body and/or in spirit and speak the names of the loved ones that you are holding in remembrance, or share their names in the chat.
Join me in singing hymn number 352 in the gray hymnal, Find a Stillness. Find a stillness, hold a stillness, let the stillness carry me. Find the silence, hold the silence, let the silence carry me. In the Spirit, by the Spirit, with the Spirit giving power, I will find true harmony. let the essence carry me. Let me flower, help me flower, watch me flower, carry me. In the Spirit, by the Spirit, with the Spirit giving power, I will find true harmony.
Good morning. I'm Ezra Towne, and my pronouns are they, them. I am a chubby, non-binary, trans-masculine white person with brownish hair, with a tad of gray here and there, and I'm wearing glasses, as well as a peach shirt and blue cuffed jeans. Today, we share the plate with Congregation Action Network. The Congregation Action Network is a network of more than 70 Unitarian Universalist, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Humanist, Hindu, Buddhist, and other congregations in the DC metro region, bringing faithful resistance to bear to end detention, deportation, profiling, and criminalization of immigrants, and demanding and upholding justice, dignity, safety, and family unity. In the face of hate and discrimination, the network is committed to showing love, compassion, and hospitality. The network takes action through advocacy, community organizing, fundraising, family support, media outreach, and communications. This has included campaigns to shut down immigration, detention facilities, demand citizenship for all, stop deportations, end police and ICE collaboration, and expand the rights afforded immigrants. You can give by texting CLUUC and the dollar amount you would like to give to 73256, or give online, or on PayPal, or by mailing a check to the church, or finally, by placing the offering in the gift plate. However you choose to give, we are thankful for your generous support. The offering will now be given and gratefully received.
When I was a boy each week, on Sundays we would go to church and pay attention to the priest, and he would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two, and Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad, miracles don't happen still. But now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. when holy water was rare at best. It barely wet my fingertips, but now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Read a questioning child's face and say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come and say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. No. This morning outside I stood and sang a little red-winged bird, shining like a burning bush and singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now.
Wow, that was wonderful. Thank you, Travis. Why am I here? Well, in 2005, my daughter Emily encouraged me to come to Cedar Lane to take a class that was being given by the then RE minister, Susan Archer. The class was called Listening. My daughter had decided that it was a skill I really needed to improve. It was a wonderful class, and I truly believe it improved my communication and listening skills. Later on, after deciding I wanted to become a member at Cedar Lane, I met with then Minister Heather Danielus, and when she asked me why I wanted to join the church, I told her, somewhat embarrassed, that one of the main reasons I wanted to join was I wanted to have a place to have my funeral. She was not surprised by my answer, and she said that she had heard that from many people. My daughter Emily and her family had been coming to Cedar Lane for many years, so another goal was to spend more time around my grandchildren. Well, that was many years ago, and although my grandchildren are grown and moved away, I have stayed at Cedar Lane. So, what has kept me here? The Sunday morning services always reach and enrich me with the words and the music. I often arrive early just to watch everyone preparing so carefully, the musicians, the worship associates, the IT people, the ushers and greeters, the staff of ministers and building service. They're all focused on that preparation. The services don't just happen. They're a result of so many people working together. Since Cedar Lane started the Soul Matters groups, I've participated and gotten so much from the discussions. How often as adults do we get to discuss deep feelings and beliefs? I love how non-judgmental and supportive the group members have been with each other. Unitarian Universalism draws interesting, strong people of many divergent beliefs. Since we are not following a dogma, often these beliefs are evolving. Although we're frequently challenged to live our lives in a way that matters to each other and to society, we're never told what to believe. We are encouraged to learn from each other and to see what spiritual or irreverent journeys other members of the congregation have been on. So for me, Cedar Lane is a place of growth and of caring. It's a place of learning. It's a place filled with remarkable people, trying to live their lives and make the world a better place. How amazing is that? Now, if you would all please stay seated and sing once through in the turquoise hymnal, 1003.
We're not going to do the repeats. We're going to just go right through, okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Here we go. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? Where are we going?
Good morning again. I'm glad to share my reflection with all of you today morning. Again, my name is Raj Rajendran, and how did I get here and what has been my journey so far? So I came to the US in 1990 as a student for my master's studies. I stayed back after my studies to work, and now it's been 32 years in the US, 32 years. I was in India till I was 26 years, born and brought up as a Hindu. We followed Hindu traditions and culture at home in India. While growing up, I had friends from all religions and got along great with all of them. We celebrated all Hindu festivals while in India, but I did not really get into the backstory on the teachings and tenets of Hinduism. Being Hindu in India was more of a culture than a religion. I did not learn any Sanskrit prayers in India. We just prayed at home, and we visited temples for prayers. I got more in depth into religion after my spouse Pratima joined the US Army in 2006 after being ordained as a Pentecostal chaplain. I did not even know what a Pentecostal was. That's when I started learning more about the Christian religion and the various denominations. Around 2009, we settled in Maryland and shortly thereafter enrolled our kids into the local Chinmaya mission, which offers Hinduism classes to kids. I started attending the adult session and started learning formally about the Bhagavad Gita text from the Chinmaya Mission Swamiji and teachers. I also met Abhi around the same time, and during that time I learned he was a minister in a UU church. UU, what is that? That's the first I ever heard of UU. I started reading up on the 7 principles of 7 UU principles in the philosophy. I've always tried to be a world citizen. And each of the UU principles really appealed to me. The 7th principle, which enshrined our dependence on this earth, was the most appealing. I find each UU principle is profound in its meaning and guides you to be a responsible world citizen. I decided to adopt the UU principles into my life and also to support Cedar Lane. We have now been with Cedar Lane for more than 6 years now. Our kids went for RE classes for some time. I've taken up multiple tasks and assignments with the church, enjoyed working with so many people on various tasks. At Cedar Lane, I learned a lot about social justice, environmental issues impacting us, equal rights, gun control, and a host of other issues which impact us on a day-to-day basis. I learned how we can make an impact while working with a committed group of people who believe in the same principles and share your passion and thinking. It was a pleasure to meet committed people within Cedar Lane who are so passionate about their beliefs. One of the paths to reach God as per the Hindu faith, is service to fellow human beings. I have always believed in actions more than words. I look forward to finding and working with like-minded, committed people. I want to give my best to find and make a difference to those in need. I want to take actions to help preserve this one earth we have. I plan to keep on going and making small actions continuously, persistently, convincing and changing a few minds every day. I know we can make a big difference because drops of well-aligned, coordinated actions can combine to make a huge impact. Thank you.
Hello again. My name is Kimberly Clarkson. A reflection in the style of Taylor Mali's What Teachers Make. What Unitarian Universalists believe. She said, the thing about Unitarian Universalism is, how can you call it a religion if you don't believe the same thing and aren't praying to the same God? She reminded her friends what they say about Unitarian Universalist congregations. It's an intellectual gathering, not a church, a lecture and a music concert. And then, she said, I mean, you're a Unitarian Universalist, Kimberly. Be honest. What do UUs believe? And I was thankful for a moment that she asked me to be honest, because I don't like to proselytize unless explicitly asked to. You want to know what UUs believe? I can't answer that because we're independent thinkers. I can't answer that because we each find the holy, the mystery, the inherent worth, the spirit in our own way. So let me tell you what I believe. I believe being kind to others enriches my soul. I believe helping our planet is a spiritual practice. I believe using privilege to create positive change is my duty. I believe there is an independent web that binds us together. I believe everyone deserves to be loved. Everyone. I believe living my values is how I change the future. I believe living my values is how I change the future. I believe living my values is how I change the future. Let me tell you what I become through Unitarian Universalism. I become connected to my ancestors and future generations. I become part of a community where love truly does work. I become more comfortable with spiritual discomfort. What is God? Who is God? Where is God? God is love. And love works here. I become filled with awe by the diversity of beliefs that are surround me, by you and you and you. So I also become more true to myself and more committed to you and you and you. So if the definition of a religion is a cause, principle, or system of beliefs held with ardor and faith, then yes, Unitarian Universalism is a religion. And if the goals of religion could include to seek holiness and peace in our world, to better understand the divine reality, to provide a basis for moral beliefs and behaviors, to promote human happiness, to maintain social solidarity, to examine questions of life and death, of love and hate, to pursue internal peace, then yes, Unitarian Universalism is a religion. And right here is where I belong.
Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? Where are we going?
Hi, my name is Melissa Reichley, and my pronouns are she and her. I'm a shortish white woman with curly reddish hair and some gray at my temples, and I'm wearing glasses and a sleeveless blue and gray floral shirt, a white sweater, and black pants. So why am I here? I'm here because my Jewish mother and my atheist father couldn't find anyone else to marry them in 1965 until they found a UU minister. Then after they divorced, my mom returned to that same place of tolerance and comfort with 2 young girls in tow. I'm guessing she needed a place to grieve and a place to start over and find her bearings. I remember playing hide and seek in the church, ducking under the piano that my mom played when she led the children's choir. We sang "Morning Has Broken." We sing that here. It was a safe place. But most of my childhood, there was no church except for an occasional visit with my Catholic friends, Jewish grandmother, a few experimental visits to Quaker meeting. Because my father had insisted when my mom and he got divorced that my sister and I not be raised Jewish. He wanted us to choose for ourselves. I'm here because I went to church twice in 4 years of college, once to the chapel on campus to hear Marge Piercy read from her new book of poems, and once to the local Unitarian church to hear Minister John Taylor read from his new book, Notes on an Unhurried Journey, which I still have, and I still read through. I'm here because in my late 20s, at my lowest, most heartbroken moment, I, who identified as spiritual but not religious, found myself pulling into the parking lot at the Eno River UU Fellowship in Durham, North Carolina. One day when I just needed a place to grieve and start over and get my bearings. And I liked what I heard. The first sermon was called Punctuation Theology. And I liked that it talked about how for some people religion and God are set, like a period. And for some people it's a pause, like a comma. And for some people, it's a whisper, like parentheses, or an exclamation point, or questions. I don't believe in coincidences, but how could I, as an editor, have pulled into that church on that day for that sermon? I kept going for a while. And then I moved here to DC, but I felt like something was missing. And so another single friend of mine came here to Cedar Lane a few times while we were church shopping. We were looking for love in our community, I guess, when we weren't finding it in our private lives. And then we found partners. So I'm here because former Cedar Lane Senior Minister Roger Fritz told my future husband Travis and me that all we had to do to become members was sign the book. And then he would marry us. So we did. And then soon enough, we were having our first son dedicated here, and then our second son dedicated here, and then where does the time go? I'm here because my formerly Catholic husband and I thought this place fit the bill as a place to raise our boys, to teach them about the powers of kindness and community, friendship, fellowship, tolerance, love, and the joys of Holiday Craft Day and the Easter egg hunt and cardboard animals and houses and us handing over cash for donuts. I'm here because I felt welcome to join the choir after not having sung since I was in school, and because I was flattered to be invited to join the board 10 years ago and honored to serve just as I am to be a worship associate here now. I'm here because I believe in the people who make this community so special. Of course, the movers and shakers who do so much, but also the quiet observers, the vegetable choppers, the flower arrangers, the knitters. I'm here to count my blessings among people who share my desire to make the world a better, more just place. I'm here because I love the way the sun streams through the window panes in the sanctuary, my sanctuary, our sanctuary, amidst the wisdom that tilts my head and music that lifts my heart and connection that feeds my spirit every time I'm here.
So we're going to do this as a round now. We'll do it all together once, and then I'll do the left side, and then Libby will lead the right side, okay? Yay, yay, yay. We're all going to go together, then I will start us with the first side, and then Libby will start us with the second side. But once all together first.
Where do we come from?
What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going?
Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going?
Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come
Mystery.
from?
Life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do
Life is a
we
riddle and a
come
mystery. Where do we
mystery.
come from?
Life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? Where are we going? Thank you. I said, let's not do a round, but it worked. I did have to stop singing at one point myself. I'm Barb Warman again. Why am I here? As a child, I grew up in the Methodist Church, soaking up the teachings of Jesus and trying to be good. In my youth, I still believed the core Christian values of love and justice, but doubted that only Christians could go to heaven and that our creeds were the full truth. In college, I stopped going to church, and over the next 20 years pursued spiritual truth from diverse thinkers and religions. I also sought a connection to the holy, spending time in nature. Mostly, though, to be honest, I focused on family life and achieving my career goals in the human service field. Eventually, the need for an active community of spiritual seekers working together to make the world better called to me, and in 1993, we discovered Cedar Lane, thanks to my daughter Gwen and her campmate who told her about Cedar Lane. Our world sorely needs this inclusive, loving, and justice-seeking Unitarian Universalist faith, and it is important to me that our family is part of it. I believe the divine source of all being is within, among, around, and beyond us. All manifestations of life are divine and made of the same elements. Everything is holy, as Peter Mayer wrote in his song. And more than that, everyone is holy. Being in nature, aware of the intricacies of each plant, animal, and ecosystem inspires a reverence and a sense of wonder for all that is holy. Often being together here in this sacred space, the holiness of our human connections shines through for me. I believe that we can find wisdom and grow in our understanding of the universe and our place in it through many different paths. My current path is cultivating mindfulness, loving kindness, compassion, and connection by practicing Tai Chi, yoga, and meditation. I also spend regular time in nature nurturing my native pollinator garden, walking and birding. Through these practices, I'm able to quiet my mind, embody peace, and hopefully better respond to whatever occurs in my day-to-day life. Participating in this religious community centers me as well, and it goes one step further to call me to take action, to apply my values to promote justice. I have faith that there is a mystery beyond our human understanding, and the power of love and awareness can transform our thoughts and actions if we will let go of the belief we are the ones in control. This is not a faith based on theory, but my direct experiences. I love what UU Minister Sarah York says. We receive fragments of holiness, glimpses of eternity, and brief moments of insight. Let us hold these up for the precious gifts that they are, and renewed by their grace, move boldly into the unknown. Thank you for being here today as witnesses and support to each of these worship associates who shared a reflection. It's really been our pleasure. Please rise in body and/or in spirit for the benediction. Be ours a religion which like sunshine goes everywhere, its temple all space, its shrine the good heart, its creed all truth, its ritual works of love, its profession of faith divine living. Please be seated for the postlude, and worship associates, let's stay.
One door closes, another door opens wide. It's hard to believe all the locked doors I've tried, and you can't pray for what you want or what you've had instead. You can only offer up your heart and ask that you be led. Life's gonna take you where you never thought you'd go. When you finally think you've got it down, it isn't so. There are windows and doors you're not finished with yet. It's not always getting what you want, but wanting what you get. When one door closes, another door opens opens wide. It's hard to believe all the locked doors I've tried, and you can't pray for what you want or what you've had instead. You can only offer up your heart and ask that you be led. It's not getting easier, so I'm not going to pretend that I know this story from its beginning to its end. Oh, believe me when I tell you, believe me if you can. If I could turn down the noise of my own will and choice, I could hear the truth of my life in a clear voice. I will bow down my head to the wisdom of my heart, cool my heels and hold on to the best parts. When one door closes, another door opens wide. It's hard to believe all the locked doors I've tried, and you can't pray for what you want or what you've had instead. You can only offer up your heart and ask that you be led. When one door closes, another door opens wide. It's hard to believe all the locked doors I've tried, and you can't pray for what you want or what you've had instead. You can only offer up your heart and ask that you be led. When one door closes, another door opens wide.